Hey team. So for those of you who don't really know me, I'm Oksana. I am the Team Make Fit Happen Transformation Challenge trainer. I've been with First Form for almost 4 years now, and this is the second year as a transformation trainer. Um, this video series I wanted to do was an idea for me to be able to get a little bit more acquainted with many of you that I don't know personally or don't know me or haven't worked with before. You guys can get to know me a little bit. I can get some more condensed, more serious information out to you a little bit better. Bear with me, I'm not good in front of the camera, hence why I've never done this before. It's not really a comfort zone for me, but you'll hear me say it a million times, nothing good ever comes out of a comfort zone, so we're trying this. The topic that I wanted to tackle with you today is meal planning, or meal prepping specifically. It's a very, very big topic. I try and cover it a little bit every week in posts, but it's really big, and sometimes I guess just having to sit there and read through a whole story, we barely have enough time in our day anyway as it is. So I want to start making like a little video series every week to kind of hit some topics that are important to you guys, and per the vote that we put through this weekend, this topic seems to be one of the biggest ones. So tonight we're going to tackle reading and understanding the meal plan that's provided to you on the My Transformation website, creating your meals from that meal plan, your shopping list, go through that Sunday paper and get your coupons out and ready to go, save some money, and then also staying that way you can stay on your budget. So the first thing I really wanted to go over was how to read the plan that's provided. All of you who have registered and are on this Facebook page know that you had to answer a couple questions regarding your height, weight, activity level, what you're doing training-wise, etc. And it auto-populated a meal plan for you specifically based on what your goals were. Some of you are trying to gain muscle mass. Some of you are trying to lose weight. Majority of us are trying to lose fat. The best way to lose fat is to gain lean muscle. So we're all pretty much on a resistance-based weightlifting program of some sort. It's number one, the best way for you to gain lean muscle, but also burn excess body fat and get that toned body that many of us women want. All the curves in all the right places. So essentially, the meal plan that goes with it diets more than 90% of what your success is going to be. So you have to be able to focus and get yourself strict on your diet. I'm not saying that you can't have cheats, absolutely 100%. It's a vital part of a program. It's a vital part of losing weight. I know it sounds kind of ironic, but it is. It's another topic I'll go into later on. Essentially, you put in your information, it auto-populates this meal plan for you that looks, unplug this from the wall, that looks like this. It breaks it down for you. Get up a little bit closer. Breaks it down for you into 5 meals, including a post-workout meal. The post-workout meal is always exactly the same except for the serving size. For most women, you're going to have a half of a scoop of Ignition and a full scoop of Formula 1. Most men, it's going to be double that, a full scoop or 2 scoops of Formula 1 and 1 full scoop of Ignition. I'll go into everything that does and why it's the absolute most optimum nutrition for you post-workout. It's far superior to any kind of food you could put into your body, nutrient-wise, recovery-wise, repair-wise, everything. Another video long that I'll go over at a different time. So just to get back to it, you could see at the top kind of like what the calorie total is that it's given you, and then it's broken it down into the 5 different food meals, or whole food meals. Try that. Whole food meals, and then gives you an approved shopping list at the bottom, broken down into proteins, carbs, vegetables, and proteins, carbs, and vegetables. This accounts for fats that are in some of these foods. So the fat is not in a separate category. Some of you have worked with me before know that I like to separate it out, but along with any of the supplement suggestions I've given to you, one of the number one suggestions is always the the fish oil, the omega-3 fish oil, because it's far superior to pretty much any other kind of fish oil that you can get on the market at your grocery store, over the counter, Walmart, anything. It's so highly efficaciously dosed with DHA, and it's going to be far superior than anything else you're going to be able to get over the counter. Anyway, all those get logged in. Like I said, the approved grocery list that they give you, it accounts for fat. So you don't have to worry about counting that out as well. The way that the First Form website has broken this down is all of your proteins, all of your carbs, and all of your vegetables have a serving size next to them. That means that any one of these meals, so meal one has an orange, a yellow, and a green bar. That means you can substitute anything in the orange category for proteins at that serving size suggested in that category. So if you don't feel like having egg whites, oatmeal, and spinach for breakfast, some of us don't. I don't think I could eat spinach in my oatmeal, but I mean, I guess spinach in your eggs shouldn't be too bad. Regardless, if that's not the meal that you want to have first thing in the morning, you can easily substitute it in any one of the other categories. So you could say you were a midnighter and you wanted to have your dinner for breakfast, and you wanted to have chicken tenderloin with wild rice and green beans. It's already specifically written out how many grams that need to be weighted, because serving size is one of the number one things that you have to focus on when it comes to meal prep. You always want to make sure you're getting enough of whatever food that you're supposed to be getting, and this is just an easy way for that to be broken down. You can do that through any of the meals that they provide. Any one of those 5 meals can be mixed up, switched, flip-flopped all throughout the day. It doesn't really matter. The only things that I like to specifically stress when it comes to your meal plan is try and eat every 2.5 to 3 hours, 4 hours max. That's just a quick and easy way to jumpstart your metabolism, get your metabolism burning all day. Also, you're going to have to fit in 5 or 6 meals, so you're going to be eating all day. One of the suggestions for one of the meals is a level 1 protein shake. That's because specifically it's hard to get in a lot of this food, especially for new people trying to get in all this food, thinking, coming off of that false idea that they need to eat less so that they lose weight, which is completely wrong. Most people just need to know what kind of serving sizes of the appropriate kinds of foods that they need in their body in order to attain the goals that they want to get. I apologize if I keep winding myself. I've noticed that as I've gotten more and more pregnant, I am way more winded trying to talk, so bear with me. Some of the servings I've been asked questions about, like, wow, that seems like a lot. Is that really it? Yes, it is. When you plug it into, say, another application that counts calories and macros for you and breaks everything down so you can see what the total is. For instance, MyFitnessPal is one that I use very often because it's really great for on the go or last minute kind of decisions. You didn't plan it out, but you got to figure out what you're going to do on the roll. Like, you got a busy day, and now you're going gas station to gas station trying to find something somewhat healthy to get into you, but it fits your daily intake goals, so that way you're not ruining all the work that you're doing. MyFitnessPal is a great option because, let me get it pulled up for you. Because you log in, you create your profile, and then you enter in the amount of calories that you're supposed to be having. You can use the calories that are provided to you from the First Form Transformation website. You can contact me. I'll go over something with you. I do nutritional assessments for $25. So if you feel like you're, not getting somewhere with whatever plan you've been on or you've had before, or you really want to specifically dial down to like the calorie, then let me know. I'm here for you guys. Send me a message, send me an email, whatever it is. Reach out to me. We'll figure something out. It doesn't take a long time. I can get it back to you within the day. So it's not an issue. With the MyFitnessPal, you log in your total number of calories, and you can even adjust. Most of the time when you log in just the calorie count, it will try and give you a percentage for each protein, fat, and carb that it wants you to have. Sometimes those percentages are off a little bit. I usually suggest a little bit of a higher protein content when it comes to your personal plan, like your exercise plan, because you're going to be breaking down muscle and you're going to be needing the amino acids for the repair, the whole muscle protein synthesis. So I like to go a little bit higher, so you can actually manually adjust your macronutrients as well. What it does is it creates a cute little pie graph for you with the percentages. This one's like one that I've already done, I think. One of the days I've already done. So it says I have this many calories left for the day, and this is my little pie chart with the nutrition broken down of how many proteins, carbs, and fats I've had for the day so far. So it's nice because it can keep track of your entire day regardless of what you're doing. Another nice little feature on it too, although I don't suggest it, is unless they're whole foods, a lot of things with whole nutritional natural foods in their natural state come with barcodes now. It's just easy for checkout purposes. But it usually has preloaded barcode scans. So you can scan just about anything with a barcode and it'll automatically autofill what the serving size is. So it does make it for a little bit easier for like if you're really trying to get things done really quick. From there, it's just another handy little tool that you can use. I use it to plan out my day. So I don't go by what the My Transformation website calorie count goes for me because of my current state. I'm pregnant. I'm not trying to lose weight. I'm not trying to maintain weight, and I'm not trying to gain weight. However, gaining weight is going to be something that's going to happen anyway. Right now, my main focus is staying as fit as I can for as long as I can, keeping up with my exercise regimen, but making sure that I'm getting enough nutrition into my body for me and for my daughter. So I'm on a 1,875 calorie per day diet, which breaks down to about 150 calories of protein, 150 calories of carbohydrates, and 75 calories of fat per day. What's easy for me, because I like to go by whole meals all throughout the day, is just to divide that into 6 for the proteins and the carbs, which usually works out to about 20 to 25 grams per proteins and carbs per meal. And then again with the fats, but I only divide the fats into 5 meals because my post-workout meal is always going to be Formula 1 and Ignition. That has no fat in it. So I don't count any fat in that, and I always have that as my post-workout meal within 30 to 45 minutes after any resistance-based workout. If I'm going out for just a jog, going out for a walk, doing some yoga or mobility or something like that, then I don't follow up that work with a post-workout protein shake. I just have a regular meal after that because my muscles haven't been torn and broken down, so I don't need that excess nutrients to replace them at that time. Again, I'll get way more in depth with all that in another video. But so the way I break it down, it makes it easier for me to kind of like, even if I have to go off the cuff, okay, I know about 3 to 4 ounces of chicken is 20 to 25 grams of protein. Or I can quickly do an egg has 5 grams of protein, 5 grams of fat, no carbs. So I can quickly do, okay, I need 3 or 4 eggs, and I'll take a yolk out of one of them or something like that. It's all just playing with numbers and practicing. It seems like a lot at first. It can be a little overwhelming, of course, because it's new and there's numbers and it's got to be, you're trying to be as specific as you can, and it takes time. So a lot of people get overwhelmed and they get too daunted and they give up. I can guarantee you, if you give yourself the time and you give yourself the practice every week, that it gets much easier, and before you know it, you'll just be rattling the numbers off in your head. Like, I'm no mathematician, I am no Rain Man with numbers, but when it comes to on the fly figuring out what I need to eat, because I know that I can get it roughly about it if I go out to dinner, I know that I'm not going to be overeating, overindulging, or ruining any of the progress that I'm making. And this is more specifically for when I'm on an actual diet. Right now, it's a little bit more loose and kind of free-for-all. I mean, I'm not eating fast food burgers every day or anything like that, but I don't worry too much about the seasoning content and the, extra, a little bit of ketchup or something. Like, I'm not too worried about all that. But after July, August time frame, you guys will see firsthand how I really hit a diet when I'm cleared and I get back into a real strict routine. I can really show you firsthand how I do it and how I go about all of it. But again, it makes it easy for me to do it then, planning for it, because I've been practicing it for so long and I've made it a routine in my life. It's not a diet for me, it's a lifestyle. And that's really where the definition of it comes in. If you want these changes to happen, you have to make new habits for them to be a part of your life, period. Because if you're just gonna dedicate yourself to 30 days or dedicate yourself to 2 weeks, I could lose 5 pounds in 2 weeks, you're already setting yourself up for failure. Calling it a diet is going to set yourself up for failure because it's a temporary notion that you've already put into your own mind. If you want the long-term results, you want to live a longer, healthier, more fit, full of energy life, these are just things you have to do. And you can ask anybody who is living it, who has been through it, or who is going through it, and they're all going to agree you have to put in the work if you want the reward. So I guess next, really, it would be from that. The way that I like to do it is with the MyFitnessPal specifically right now. I like to go through and just pick things that I know I'm going to eat throughout my day. I usually plan for my Monday through Friday because that's my work week. The weekends, I'm a little bit less strict on myself, and I also know I have more time to sit down and prepare or plan because I have more free time in general. I'm not at work all day. I don't have to prepare for the entire day. So when it comes to the planning for the week, I like to, I know that first thing in the morning, I like to have my level 1 shake with my coffee. And that's the first thing I do when I get up in the morning. Even now, first thing I do, I go straight to the kitchen. I pour a big glass of water, have a big glass of water first, and then do a scoop of level 1 and 8 to 12 ounces of cold brew coffee into a shaker cup, shake it, pour it over ice, and then I start sipping on that as I'm getting ready for work, doing my makeup, ironing my clothes, whatever it is, and then I go into work. It doesn't take too long, really, especially now, because I'm metabolizing food a lot faster, feeding 1.5, just not whole. So I'm usually hungry within about an hour and a half, 2 hours after I get to work. And I know I like to have breakfasty type food, so I'll usually either pack oatmeal with some hard-boiled eggs, or I do scrambled eggs. I just pre-crack yolk or egg whites, throw in some veggies, whatever the amount's going to be, maybe a little bit of cheese, and leave it raw in the container. Pop it in the microwave when I get to work. They're omelet scrambled right there, ready to go. I always know I'm going to have my post-workout shake. That's a given, especially on the days that I know I'm going to be resistance training. So I log that in. And then once I have my big staple meals, I know for lunch, I'll usually have a side salad or with some chicken or chicken salad, or then a little bit later I'll have some chicken with some vegetable and some rice or some sweet potato or something like that. And I know the measurements off the top of my head because of doing it for so long. So I can usually just plug that all right into MyFitnessPal without having to play too much, see what's left over, and then start plugging in little snacks or little things along the way to start filling in those nutritional gaps. And it usually works out, or it does work out really well for me, because by the end of the 20 minutes or 30 minutes that I'm playing with this app, I now have my entire week's worth of food planned out. So this week I'll be prepping tonight because I was working on my daughter's nursery this whole weekend. So I didn't prep yesterday, except for the chili that I shared with you guys today. I'm going to be doing my crock pot barbecue chicken, clean, really healthy. I'll share that recipe with you guys as well. I'm also going to do a batch of big chicken, which I just use a little bit of Flavor God's no salt seasoning on it. It's calorie free. It's delicious. Gives the chicken just that perfect flavor. And then I try and keep it really easy when it comes to the rest of the foods. I like red potatoes and sweet potatoes. So I'll get it's just a microwavable bag of small potatoes, and I pop that in the oven. That makes like 4 or 5 meals. Same with vegetables. I like some fresh vegetables when I know I have the time to cook it. So like this week I bought asparagus stalks. They were on sale, saved a little money, and I like those with a little bit of salt and pepper, maybe a little bit of garlic Flavor God seasoning on them, a little bit of olive oil. Pop those in the oven for 20 minutes until they're a little bit crisp. There's 3 or 4 more meals for the week for vegetable. Most of the other vegetables that I do are microwavable bags, steamable bags. I get the ones that, you check the label, make sure there's nothing else in it except for what the vegetable is. There isn't any preservatives or anything else in there. Usually because it's frozen, there isn't going to be anything else in there. But like I said, double check the bag. A lot of organic companies are coming out with their freezable vegetables now, so it's a lot easier to get a little bit of a healthier option in as well. And those bags will make one bag will make 3 or 4 servings worth of vegetables in meals. So it's really easy to do vegetables in every meal when you can get them on sale, 2 bags for $4 or 3 bags for $5 or something. Like, there's always sales on the frozen vegetables. So you're not going to be overspending. And that's how it all kind of culminates into staying on a budget. If you plan it out, I know that between me and my husband, who I cook for every week too, he's a big guy. He's a 200-pound guy who likes to bodybuild. So he's constantly eating all the time. And I got to feed him too. So I know that I eat X amount of chicken every week. I cook him the same amount of chicken, so I usually like double that at least. Same with the vegetables and he likes to add more salad vegetables to his day than say like broccoli or asparagus or green beans or whatever. And he usually adds an extra shake. It's an extra level 1 shake per day. He has one in the morning and then he has one at night. And before he goes to bed. So that kind of mitigates the actual amount of food we have to buy. But I'll just scroll through the Sunday paper, see what kind of coupons have come in the mail from my local store. I have a local BJ's or just like a Costco or a Sam's Club or something like that, whatever you've got in your area. You can get bulk items very cheap. It just takes a little bit of planning. Like everything, it just takes a little bit of planning. It takes a little bit of elbow grease, a little bit of work. But if you're willing to do it, and you dedicate yourself to making these little changes, like setting an hour aside on Sunday to plan your grocery list and cut your coupons and get ready and go get your groceries, you'll cut the time you spend in the grocery store because you're not just aimlessly wandering around aisles. You know what you need, you get what you need, and you get out. You don't wander over to the ice cream section. You don't peruse the candy aisle. You just get out with what you need and you get home. You clean, you chop, and you prep whatever you need. Vegetables, potatoes, rice. I get the minute rice, like the Uncle Ben's minute rice bags. They're usually really clean. Either brown rice or jasmine rice. Sometimes we'll do a little bit of the flavoring, and if you could just compare the labels on the back, you'll see if there's anything in there that you really don't want. But pretty much all of them, even the flavors like the chicken flavors or the garlic flavors or whatever, quinoa flavor or quinoa and brown rice mixes, they're all about the same per serving, and you can get it's a fairly good serving from them. Obviously, if you cook your rice yourself, if you boil your own rice, you're going to end up getting more because it's less product in the actual thing. But the positive of going on a macronutrient diet is that you're not limiting or restricting yourself from anything specific or any kind of food groups. You're not making yourself diet specifically. You can eat pretty much whatever you want. We encourage cleaner, more nutrient-dense foods, obviously, because it's better for your body. But you're not worrying about, oh, this has this much sodium, and oh, I don't know about this one because it's got some fat in it or whatever. Like, you're not worrying about that. When you see labels like fat-free, sugar-free, low carb, those should be warning signs to you that it's loaded with crap anyway. It's loaded with chemicals, And even though I use some of those products myself, I use a fat-free or a sugar-free coffee creamer. And I use the Walden Farms calorie, sugar, carb, everything free barbecue sauce. You're not living your life based on chemicals or surrounded by chemicals. You're just having them sparingly, so it's not going to do a major detriment. Calories are calories, and a diet is calories in, calories out. That's really what it comes down to. It's super simple. The cleaner, more nutrient dense, the better your body's going to feel. But also, that's why we always suggest a good, high-quality multivitamin, because the foods that we have nowadays aren't always the most micronutrient dense anyways. They're not the most nutritional. So having that to mitigate what you're not getting from your food alone, because it's absolutely impossible to get the micronutrient requirements that you need every single day just from your food. You would literally be eating every minute of every day constantly. You'd never have time to do anything else. So that's where your vitamin comes in. I'll talk more about the wellness stack, which is the omegas, the fish oils, and the multivitamin another day as well. I can see I've been rambling for like 26 minutes now. So I'll wrap it up there. If you guys have any questions for me at all, please comment below in the video. If you don't want to comment on the group page as it is, send me a personal message, an email, whatever. I'm not sure what I'm going to do next. I believe what I'll do is I'll probably do a full day of eating and how I prep those meals. So like the different chickens I was talking about, I'll show you the different microwavable vegetables and how long it really does take me to do a full week's worth of meal prep. I'm telling you now, it's not that long. It doesn't cut into my week. So that's about it though. If you guys need anything, like I said, just email me, message me, reach out. Comment below if you found this even the least bit informational. If I've clarified anything for you, let me know. I want to hear as much feedback as possible so that I know what to do for the next time. Tell me to not ramble for 26 minutes. I'll take that into consideration too. I can't help that I get winded. But otherwise, have a great night, and I hope this helps someone.